Most people don't wake up one day and decide to destroy their lives. They don't plan betrayal. They don't plan heartbreak. They don't plan to lose everything they spent years building. Not because they're evil, not because they're weak, but because the road to ruin is paved with tiny, almost invisible steps. There's an uncomfortable truth about married women that most men never see. A truth that makes them vulnerable, not to temptation itself, but to slow erosion. It starts with something harmless. A conversation that lasts a little too long. A message that feels good in a way it shouldn't. A heartbeat that speeds up, just slightly, when a name appears on her phone that isn't her husband's. Psychologists have studied this for decades. They call it the slow erosion of boundaries, one thought at a time, one feeling at a time. Until one day, she looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize the woman staring back. So the question isn't, why do some married women cheat? The real question is, why do they walk toward it without realizing they're already halfway there? That's what we're exposing today. Number 1, the unspoken void. Why some married women seek attention outside. Great marriages are partnerships, not contracts, not routines. Partnerships. And when that partnership quietly breaks, something dangerous fills the silence. Most people assume that when a woman looks outside her marriage, it's because she wants sex or escape. That assumption is wrong. In reality, most aren't running away from marriage. They're running toward a version of themselves they lost. Women are wired for emotional connection, not just presence, not just sharing a bed, but being seen. At the start of a marriage, that need is fulfilled effortlessly. Late-night conversations, curiosity, attention, energy. But slowly, routine replaces romance. Deep talks turn into logistics. How was your day? Becomes, did you pay the bill? And then something dangerous happens. She becomes invisible. Dr. John Gottman, one of the most respected relationship psychologists, said something brutal. The silent killer of relationships isn't conflict. It's indifference. When a woman stops feeling noticed, her subconscious doesn't panic loudly. It whispers. A stranger listens. A coworker notices. A message arrives at the right time. And suddenly, that tiny moment feels like oxygen after emotional suffocation. Not because she stopped loving her husband, but because she stopped feeling chosen. Here's something most men don't understand. Stability kills novelty, and novelty fuels desire. Psychology calls this the Coolidge effect. The brain reacts more strongly to new stimuli. So when every day feels predictable, even harmless attention feels electric. Not because she's immoral, but because she misses feeling alive. And the most dangerous part, she tells herself, I'd never cross the line. That's exactly how the line disappears. Number 2, identity loss. When she stops being her, another overlooked truth. Marriage often erases identity. Before marriage, she was someone. After marriage, she becomes something. Someone's wife, someone's mother, someone's support system. These roles are beautiful but heavy. When a woman stops feeling like an individual, she starts craving separation from her role. And sometimes, that separation comes in the form of another man. Not for sex, not for love, but to feel like herself again. This is where danger quietly grows. Number 3, the justification game. The mind protects what the heart wants. No one wakes up thinking, I think I'll betray my marriage today. That's fantasy. Reality works slower. First, it feels innocent. It's just talking. It doesn't mean anything. I deserve to feel good. Psychology calls this cognitive dissonance. When actions clash with morals, the mind rewrites the rules. The easiest person to fool is yourself. She downplays. She blames. She compartmentalizes. And slowly, guilt fades. The most dangerous betrayal isn't physical. It's emotional. Late-night texts, private jokes, shared frustrations. When emotional intimacy leaves the marriage starts dying quietly. And here's the brutal truth. The moment you hide something from your partner, you've already crossed the line. Number 4, I deserve this. This is the final stage, the most dangerous one. She no longer questions her behavior. She justifies it. I've sacrificed so much. He ignored me for years. I deserve happiness. At this stage, the other man feels more real than the marriage. Her mind reframes betrayal as justice. And once someone believes they're justified, nothing stops them. Number 5. When habit becomes a prison, every story has a point of no return. Psychology calls it threshold theory. The hardest step isn't doing the wrong thing. It's doing it the first time. After that, it gets easier. Dopamine floods the brain the same way it does with addiction. She tells herself, this is the last time, but the feeling pulls her back. Lies become routine. Guilt becomes strategy. Secrets multiply. And eventually, her husband becomes the outsider. Married women don't fall because they want to cheat. They fall because they want to feel something they lost. And once that belief settles in, nothing feels the same again. If you understand this, you see what others miss. You read silence. You recognize erosion. You notice signals before collapse. That awareness is power. This is elder wisdom. Until next time, stay sharp.